right, welcome back to News Center. Let's continue with our coverage and to that story that I hinted about earlier. Interior CS Joseph Nkaissery is this morning set to lead the destruction of at least 5,000 illicit firearms. The ceremony, which was initially to be presided over by President Uhuru Kenyatta, will take place in Ngong. According to the Interior Ministry, Kenya has close to 700,000 illegal firearms in the hands of civilians. The current figure of the illegal guns shows there has been an increase as compared to the more than 500,000 that were reported in 2014. All right, so we want now to bring in Mwenda Njoka, who's a spokesperson in the Interior Ministry, joining me by way of phone. Thank you very much, Mwenda, for joining us here on News Center this morning. Would like to know what impact do we expect after this event today?
Okay, basically what is happening is the destruction of some 5,250 illicit or illegal firearms that have been collected over a period of time. And the destruction of firearms is to ensure that they are not going to be in use in commitment or committing of the illegal acts within the country.
All right.
So it is one of the steps that the government is taking towards establishing, ensuring that there is a peace and security within the country and within the region.
Right. Now, I mean, you're talking about 5,000, but looking at the bigger number, which is 700,000, how, as a ministry, do you hope to make sure that, this 700,000 number goes down? Because really, it is shocking.
It is true. The problem that we have, and the reason why we have such an inordinate number of firearms in the country, illegal firearms, because of our geographic positioning, that we are surrounded by countries that are at war. So it makes Kenya an easy place for them for arms trafficking. So the government has consistently working together with the United Nations agencies responsible for this kind of activities, working towards collecting of firearms that are illegal firearms that are held by various groups. Either we do that in two ways, either by asking for voluntary release of those firearms, or by taking them at forceful but illegal means.
All right, Mwenda, you seem to be in a windy place, but as we wind up, what can you say are the main sources, or, how do these firearms get to civilians?
Sorry, I'm actually at the venue where the firearms are destroyed, so that's why it's in a rather windy place in Ngong. Okay, the main sources from lots of them come from Somalia, others come from South Sudan, and because of the lack of peace or instability in those regions, Kenya becomes a source of firearms, and then also it becomes a source either for use here or as a conduit where people pass them here to sell in other regions, and such as DRC and other places where there's instability.
Do you think as a ministry you've done enough really to, in this fight against illegal firearms? Because in 2014 we were talking about 500,000, but now, we're talking about 700,000. So indeed there is a very big margin of growth.
The fact that, one, you've got to concede or accept the fact that these arms are not, the people who are holding them are not willing to relinquish them. So you have to use various incentives, various means to get them, and we are working towards ensuring that we minimize. Again, as I've said, there are many external factors that contribute to the increase. But it's because of we are suffering as a result of the peace that we have in our country and the stability. So the country becomes a safe haven for those kind of for arms to transit. So we are doing all that we can, and we continue doing as much as is possible to ensure that we minimize the existence of illegal firearms in illegal hands.
Thank you very much, Mwenda Njoka. They're speaking to us. He is the spokesperson in the Interior Ministry. And like we mentioned today, the CS Joseph Ngaiseri is expected to lead in the destruction of illegal guns. It will be done in Ngong, where he is, and we will be bringing you all the latest updates in regards to that. But